What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, today I saw a really nice little film called The Peanut Butter Falcon. Now, this film is kind of like a spin on the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And you know what? This really do feel like a Huckleberry Finn type story. You know, it's about this kid, this young man. He's not a kid. He's like in his 20s. But anyway, he has in the in the film he has Down syndrome, and so he's like staying in this group home, and his main best friend is played by Bruce Dern. I love Bruce Dern, such a legend right there. And how great was he in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, by the way? Anyway, and so by the way, the kid who plays the lead in this is played by this actor named Zach Gotteskin, and he also play and his character is also named Zach. So that's pretty cool that an actor is playing a character with the same name as him. I always found that to be pretty cool. But anyway, um, you know, he Zach also wants to be a professional wrestler, and he really idols this wrestler named Saltwater Redneck, played by the great Thomas Hayden Church. I love Thomas Hayden Church, by the way. And so he pretty much heads off to pretty much where Saltwater Redneck lives, so he ends up running away from his group home, so he could go to pretty much meet Saltwater Redneck, so he could fulfill his dreams of becoming a professional. So he could fulfill his dreams of becoming a professional wrestler. And along the way, he meets this young man named, played by Shia LaBeouf, who Shia LaBeouf is Shia LaBeouf is terrific in this. Once again, Shia LaBeouf has proved that he's a terrific actor. Yes, Shia LaBeouf is he's kind of a wacko. He's a whack job. He says and does some really dumb stuff. But that aside, Shia LaBeouf is a magnificent talent. I mean, this dude should actually have an Oscar nomination by now. That's how good of an actor Shia LaBeouf is. And there's like these goons who are actually chasing after Shia LaBeouf's character, and Shia LaBeouf, his character here is he's also grieving from the loss of his brother, played by John Bertha, who, granted, John Bertha doesn't really have that much to do in this. Like, he's mainly in flashbacks, but he's John Bertha. He's always great in anything. Like, flashbacks, come on, John Bertha's the man. And so Shia LaBeouf's character Tyler, ends up meeting Zach on his pretty much on like his boat, and so they pretty much become like close. They end up becoming good friends throughout. And then there's also Zach's social worker who works at the home that Zach is in, and she's trying to go and find Zach. And the social worker is also played by Dakota Johnson, who, kind of like with the Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart situation, where when you think of Kristen Stewart or Robert Pattinson, you think of them as the Twilight people. Same's going to go with Dakota Johnson. When people see Dakota Johnson or hear Dakota Johnson's name, they're just going to go say, "Oh, that 50 Shades girl." I tell you what, Dakota Johnson she's actually a really good actress, and I thought she was really great in this. Like, her on-screen chemistry with Shia LaBeouf was decent. I liked her interaction with Zach. Their interaction was really good. And so this, of course, becomes like a part road trip and all that. And you also have John Hawkes in this, who, I'm saying now, John Hawkes is one of the most underrated performers there is. I always loved John Hawkes. And I thought John Hawkes was great in his role. He plays, like, I guess you could say, like, the villain who's trying to get after Tyler and all. And, man, John Hawkes doesn't really have much speaking lines, but even in his like non-speaking lines, I thought John Hawkes was great. And also Thomas Hayden Church as Walter Redneck. I mean, Thomas Hayden Church is also really underrated, by the way. No, I've always liked Thomas Hayden Church ever since I saw him in Sideways. I mean, if you guys if you guys never seen Thomas Hayden Church in Sideways, go check that movie out. And of course, he's best known for The Sandman. I've always been a fan of Thomas Hayden Church, and I thought Thomas Hayden Church as a wrestler. Who could really buy that? But it actually worked out really well. Now these directors are the film is directed by a few newcomers. Like the directors here are named Tyler Nielsen and Micah Schwartz, who I never really seen. I don't think I've ever seen anything from them, but they did a really good job with this movie. And I thought it was a really nice little film. You also have you also got a couple of wrestlers in here too. I mean, you got Jake the Snake Roberts and Mick Foley. You also got this rapper named Yellow Wolf. He was also in this. Some really good cast members that they stacked up in this, and it's pretty cool seeing movies about wrestling or any entertainment business about wrestling. Now, granted, I barely watch wrestling, but I really do get a kick out of movies about wrestling, whether it's The Wrestler or maybe Showtime's Glow. Of course, Stephen Amell was just cast in a wrestling show. Of course, we got Flying with My Family. I love that film. So yeah, the wrestling scenes, by the way, in this was pretty cool to watch. I really quite like the wrestling scenes. And yeah, it's a really nice little indie film. I mean, it's a really good feel-good flick. Great performances all around by Shia LaBeouf, by Zach Goldson. Now it's pretty cool that they actually cast an actual person with Down syndrome as the role. Because I mean, of course, we always got movies where they got like a non-person with who don't have disabilities playing people with disabilities, which sometimes I'm okay with that. I mean, Sean Penn and I Am Sam, or Dustin Hoffman and Rayman, but I always think it's pretty cool when they cast an actual person with a disability playing like the character who has a disability. Like this movie also sort of reminds me of this little movie, like this little faith-based movie called Where Hope Grows, which also featured an actual actor with Down syndrome. It sort of reminded me a bit of that as well. But yeah, this movie really had like a Huckleberry Finn and Mark Twain vibe to it, and yeah, it's a really nice slow film. Like if you guys it's in theaters now. Like if you guys haven't seen the Peanut Butter Falcon yet, do yourself a favor, go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. And it's 100% Rotten Tomatoes, and you know what? I think it deserves 100%. It's actually that good of a film, and yeah, definitely go give this movie a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. Did you have a chance to check out the Peanut Butter Falcon? If so, what did you thought of it? Did you like it? Not all films are subjective. Maybe you didn't like it. And have you even heard of the film, too? Because it's not really that... it's more of a small film, so I highly doubt many people really heard of the movie. But anyway, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This series Team Movies signing off.